Alandrea. I don't like Alandrea. Mind you, I'm speaking, I don't know how these people are in real life. I'm speaking of how they were on the show. Especially when her mom came in. I feel like Alandrea, when she was asking her like body tea, like the me and my bikinis, blah blah blah. It was just giving like she really is just there to be like poised and like look so strong and like put together. And she's really not like that, because when she crashed out on Taylor, I was like, that's really you, babes.
Remember when I said hyperfeminine Black women trigger insecurity and competition in non-Black women because we are in spaces that they do not believe we are worthy of? What's this?
I'm gonna do my big one. Yeah. And I did. And I think the icing on the fucking cake was me raising his heart rate the most.
Ooh, thank you. The presentation. So nice.
I was like, I get it. She probably thinks like, oh, this girl is stealing the men that I like. That's not how I move though. Yeah. How are you and Chris? Like, you're great. Everything's great. And this morning, he gave her 2 pancakes and gave me 1. He gave her a flower and gave me none. So I mean, you gave her 2 pancakes and gave me 1. And gave her a flower and gave me none. Like, if I was ugly, would it make it better?
No. And remember when I said Black women are under a microscope? Let's talk about it. Hyperscrutiny, when someone is excessively judged or criticized for their actions or emotions. Black women are constantly policed for how we look, how we express ourselves, and even for showing normal human emotions. What's this?
While I understand it's like, you know, you're protecting yourself by being guarded, I feel like we never really got to see who Alandrea is all season until that moment.
Huda could say the N-word right now, and I still wouldn't like Shelly and Alandrea.
That they kiss in the speakeasy.
Also, Alandrea, when I tell you something, it's between you and me, and that's it. And when I want to tell it, I can talk about it. It's not for you to tell somebody. That's not your place. He told me that she's not his type, he's not attracted to her, and that he does not want to sleep in the bed with her.
I think, actually, tomorrow we can have a chat. Because tonight, I don't want to have a chat. Because I know I'm aggravated and annoyed, so.
The only time I recall me telling you it's a challenge is when there was bombshells coming in, and you wanted to tweak on bombshells who don't know you, who don't know Jeremiah, who don't know your connection, and you wanted to be so furious at them for no reason.
I thought in general it's just a challenge.
It was not respected, and I feel like too many times I give you a lot of grace for stuff, so I'm trying to hear you out right now, but I really don't, and it's just like right now it's starting to aggravate me.
I can already tell that the bitch doesn't fucking compare to me. Do I know her? No. Am I upset that she picked it for number 1? Yes.
I made a comment from that now. It's clearly like Chris. And everyone's like the person who everyone's like,
I was just thinking I'd switch Andrea and Clark just because from the last challenge, she didn't really admit to saying what she wrote until 2 rounds later.
It's Olandria and Shelly.
These things are happening all the time. It's all around us, even on your favorite TV show.
I genuinely find it so hard to believe that there are still people supporting Alandrea, Shelly, or Sierra tonight. I unfollowed all 3 of them tonight. I am so disappointed in this season's cast. They're straight bullying Huda, and no, I'm not like a crazy Huda stan. Like, her actions were wrong in the beginning, but she's trying her best to change, and I think that speaks for itself. And even if you feel like that's not genuine, or her intentions behind that are not genuine, she's doing a hell of a lot better than she was before, and then better than these other girls, because like they're literally just bullying her. Like, the way they ganged up on her tonight was just not cool. And I am so beyond done with Alandrea. Like, I never thought Alandrea would be a fake ass bitch. Like, earlier in tonight's episode, she was literally being there for Huda. Like like literally just talking with her and having like a conversation, like everything's cool, and then literally goes behind her back and does that shit in front of, well, not even behind her back, like in front of everybody, like that, like who, like, and then she wanted to air out what Huda confided in her, like, for no reason.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Guys, I don't know how you guys are going to take this video, but I wish this video comes to you in good faith. I want to make this video as a Black woman and also as a woman. If you know me, you know that I stand for women. I stand for women happiness. I want to see a lot of women get the love they deserve. I want to see a lot of women getting love I want to see a lot of women being happy. I want to see a lot of beautiful stories that women experience.
However, as a black woman, I have noticed that a lot of women who are not black always find a way to put black women down or pass a narrative about black women. Sometimes, honestly, it weakens me when I talk about women empowerment or standing for women or girl that everybody is on about. So this Love Island has been sparking a lot of discussion on social media, and one of the things that have been trending is people hating on Olandria, especially non-black women. There are a lot of discussion on TikTok, but there are some ones that I pick for you guys. One of it is the video that just played, right? You see what that girl said about Olandria. Basically, she said that Olandria was faking it all because the only time she showed her real self was when she crashed out on Terra. That is the only time she showed her real self, just because she's a black woman. Then the other video you see when the other girl was saying a lot about how Huda like display a lot of bad character during the show, but at least she tried to change. Then in the same video she said that even if when she's trying to change and it come off as fake, she's at least she's still making an effort to change. But then in this same that video, she went ahead to call Olandria fake. You see double standard. This is the reason why when we talk about girl on a global level, I feel like it's a BS, because a lot of these non-black women get threatened by black women, especially when black women do not come off or portray themselves as that thing they create in their head about black women. This is the reason why when you look beautiful and you stand next to non-black woman, the way they will be looking at you up and down, you'll be asking yourself why. This is the reason why sometimes I find it very, very difficult to accept this whole narrative of girls that everybody's talking about. But guys, let's continue watching because there are a lot of videos I want to play for you guys.
Alright, yo, so I just seen the video of Renee Estella saying that when Olandria crashed out on Taylor, that was the real Olandria. So you're telling me that this girl carries herself with so much grace for so long. She handled that situation with so much composure after this boy publicly humiliated her, dumped her, and led her on. She handled all that shit with so much grace and composure. And when she finally expressed herself vocally, you used that as a gotcha moment on her, like, gotcha. She couldn't be this perfect. I knew she wasn't this perfect all along. Like, are you serious? So you're telling me that you felt all this while, like, deep down inside of you, you felt like, oh, she couldn't be this perfect. So you waited for, like, the perfect opportunity for you to, like, finally catch her in the act. While she was just expressing herself. She was expressing how frustrated she was. If you were in that position, I guarantee you could have done worse. You could have said worse than that. By the way, why the fuck do you think that, why the fuck did you think that, or do you still think that, she couldn't be that perfect? Come to the front. Don't be shy. Come tell us. Why the fuck do you think that? The fuck? And the fact that I used to watch her content before this Renee girl, bye.
And she's really not like that, because when she crashed out on Taylor, I was like, that's really you, babes.
She's jealous, and I'm gonna tell y'all exactly why. First of all, she knows she can't call Alandrea ugly because that face card don't decline. She knows she can't talk about her body because that is a feminine, nice, slim, petite body. The body is T. She can't call her broke. There's nothing she could say about her, and that's exactly why she resorted to microaggressions. And this is the problem with a lot of these white girls, especially a lot of these non-black women in general. They internalize these things that they see on the internet about black women, especially the shit that a lot of these raccoons be saying about how black women are aggressive and they like white girls because white girls are non-combative and yada, 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 and they're my peace. And a lot of these types of women, they internalize that. So when they encounter black women, they already have this thing at the back of their head about them that's not even true. And as you can see in the video, she said, I don't know these people personally, but then goes on to try to read her personally. And then why are you bringing up the fact that she was asking her mom about her bikini to correlate that to her acting like she's poised and put together? What does that have to do with anything? You're bringing up her in a bikini. That just goes to show where your mind is at. You're jealous. You saw that beautiful chocolate woman inside of that bikini and it threatened you. And my whole thing is, why does everybody else on the island get the benefit of the doubt to be poised and nice and this and that? But when it comes to Alandrea, it's an act. Like, you're just mad the pretty, dark-skinned, feminine black girl got all the attention this season. Like, I know it was between Olandria, Shelly, and Huda. Those were the people who I saw that were talked about the most. And then that girl that kept, you know, getting it popping in the villa. I forgot her name, but she was linked up with Pepe or something like that. Other than that, the main people that were talked about from this season of Love Island was literally Olandria, Shelly, and Huda. And then she's using the crash out as her, I guess, safety net to say, see, I was right the whole time. Like, no, you was just waiting for one thing to happen so that you could be like, yup, see, I was right. She's not like that. She's really aggressive. She da-da-da. Like, come on. Like, every human being on this planet has two sides to them. I'm a nice guy, but if somebody pushes the right button, I'm on that ass. And I'm pretty sure you're the same way. You seem like a nice person, but if somebody pokes at you, or if you're upset about whatever you're upset about, I'm pretty sure there might be a moment where you voice your opinion or you crash out too. How does that prove that it was an act or that she's really not prim, proper, and poised? That doesn't prove anything. All it proves is that she's a human fucking being.
If I see one more person say that
Olandria
Olandria was fake the whole time and the only time she was her real authentic self was when she was crashing out at Taylor, and then in the same breath saying Huda's crash out with Jeremiah and whatever else was just a slip up. Oh my god, you guys, I'm so upset. If I see one more and that Olandria's poise was fake. And I just saw a video of a girl saying that she knew the second that Olandria was talking to her mom about, oh, his body tea is whatever tea. She was only on the show to pretend to be strong and poised and to put on an act. But that when she crashed out at Taylor, that was the real, true, authentic Olandria. Oh, because of course a black woman is only herself when she's angry. But remember the double standard. When Huda is angry, first of all, it's valid. Second of all, she's just a girl. She's just being a girl. And that's not her true self, you guys. She's having a low moment. And then people want to say that the whole Olandria discourse has nothing to do with her skin color.
Huda's actually a despicable person. And I don't say it because she isn't likable. I don't think anyone owes you likability. She is a manipulator and an abuser. In the first episode, I remember her saying that she finds it difficult to maintain friendships with women, and it's very obvious why, because she lies and she manipulates. And a lot of you see yourselves in her because you grew up in a similar household, usually in households where any woman is seen as a threat. Therefore, if you come and tell your parents about an issue with a friend, the first response is she's jealous. Regardless of what the scenario is, regardless of what your parents or your mother in particular does not hold you accountable, because she trains you to be a mean girl with a main character complex who believes that everyone around her is jealous and envious of her. And if someone is pretty or seemingly prettier than you, it was probably your mother, your number one hater, who made you aware of that and made you feel under pressure that you had to compete with that person to get more attention, look better, perform better, get better grades. So you're in constant competition with women. Either they are beneath you and you will always accuse them of jealousy, or they are above you and you need to be close to them to be like them and be better than them. And for some of you crazy individuals to have said that Shelly was jealous, the most sought after woman in that villa, Austin wanted her. Let's leave him aside. We don't care about him anyway. Ace whom Huda had an interest in. Chris, whom Huda had an interest in. So 2 out of Huda's love interests saw Shelly as their number one. Ace never even had eyes for Huda, and Chris only chose Huda because Shelly did not want him. I don't think you people understand the length of her manipulation. She kept Chris in the villa, or proposed to keep Chris in the villa, so that her friend Shelly could have those 2 options, Ace and Chris, to explore. But then she started getting jealous whenever Chris showed any type of affection, and she even admitted herself that she would get dressed and he only had eyes for Shelly. So you see, she's unable to see women as her equal because she always has to be above them, and once that is not the case, it fills her with rage. And then she went on to get closer with Chris and was so surprised that Shelly had an issue with that, or just felt like her actions were inconsistent with her expectations of her friends, which is that once I'm interested in a man such as Jeremiah or even Chris, you people need to stay away, and I will get jealous. Even if you, my friend Shelly, started your connection with Chris before me, I still think because I want him, I deserve him, because I am better than everyone else. And she's not just a manipulator, she's a liar. Her stories don't add up. 3 people have come out of the villa and said that she sat on Ace's face and did the most. She claims she did not do that. Then next, she claims that she did not want to kiss Chris publicly because he had a wandering eye and was looking at other women. And yes, what woman wants to kiss a guy that is looking at other women? But aren't you the same woman that slept with him on camera? So you wanted to sleep with him, but you didn't want to kiss him in front of other people because he was looking at other women. And weren't you the same person that was threatening him and coercing him to show you affection in bed, still wanting to sleep with him a second time. But yes, he had a wandering eye, and that's why you didn't actually want to like kiss him in front of people. And do you people understand the gravity of trying to coerce someone into being intimate with you or being even affectionate with you? The same person who expressed that she didn't want to kiss him in front of other people, and although he did not understand, he did not threaten her, he did not force her, but this lady counted from 3 to 0 and said, if you do not turn around and at least cuddle me, at least, indicating that she wanted more than a cuddle, and she wanted that right now, and he had to give it to her. He had to overstep his boundaries and allow her to have access to his body, even though he did not want to talk to her. And I'm not saying that I'd necessarily like Chris. I think with Chris though, she met her match. Jeremiah backed down. He begged Huda. Whenever she got angry, he would justify, he would try to do better, he would come and apologize. Even after she called him out of his name, insulted him, he came and apologized and was willing to make the relationship work. Chris, on the other hand, does not care. You cannot insult me, criticize me all day long, insult my genitals. That's what she did to him. And then still think that I'm going to carry you. And that's what a sick person like Huda thinks. That she can make people do stuff they don't want to do, overstep their boundaries, but expect her boundaries to be respected. And above that, expect these people to still cater to their needs despite making them feel like they're not worthy of her. Imagine a guy telling you everything that is wrong with you, saying you guys should stay friends because you're clearly incompatible, then asking you, okay, are you going to cook me a meal one last time? What? And of course you would say no, because why am I cooking you a meal? And he said, no, why would I carry you when you just told me that this and this and this is wrong about me? We are incompatible. Why would I carry you? And what makes her disgustingly despicable is for her to have been with these two black women, particularly Olandria. Everyone has been pouring their hearts out to Olandria throughout the whole season. In the beginning, like even throughout the whole thing, whenever they have an issue, they go to her, they cry. She gives them words of affirmation, tells them they're great, whatnot. These girls have stood through your crash outs, have let you have your crash outs, have still kept you in because they thought you deserved a chance to love. And because these girls for 2 days held you accountable and simply said the expectations you have of your friends, which is they should stay off of men you're interested in, you do not fulfill those yourself. And that is hypocritical. Your actions are hypocritical. You keep on claiming that you do stuff for your friends, like keeping Chris in the villa, but clearly you want him for yourself. So just be upfront with your intentions instead of pretending you are someone that you aren't. And she still did not grasp it. And them simply holding her accountable made them mean girls. And now she's coming out to say she was bullied. Bullied by who? By the girls that never once called you out of your name like you did with other girls, by the girls that never insulted you, never spoke down on you, but simply said, we don't like this and this is our boundary because you have shown us that you clearly do not view friendship the way we are. How is that bullying? And you people who support her because you yourself do not hold yourselves accountable and you are not being held accountable. But at some point you need to ask yourself, if I keep on encountering situations that leave me sad, that leave me angry, leave me annoyed, leave me hurt, how do I contribute to constantly finding myself in those situations? Am I possibly the problem? Because it is very unlikely that, Huda, you find it hard to have friendships, but you're not the problem. You dated Jeremiah in the villa, but you're not the problem even though it didn't work out. Chris, you are still not the problem. Even though you said Chris was so much different from Jeremiah. He was a real man. He's this, he's that. So what word do we trust? Do we trust your word when you say those things? Or later on when you now say that he's such a terrible person and talking negatively about his genitals on TV, saying how, Huda, you are classless, as Bobrisky said, a classless girl. And people don't understand that she strategically mentioned her SA story or her difficult childhood in order to gain sympathy, because that is what people like Huda constantly do, constantly victimize themselves. The situations they use are real situations, so they were real victims. And I've encountered women like that. Those things really happen to them, and you should empathize with them on that level, but they strategically bring up those sad stories during moments where they fear being held accountable. Not just to manipulate you, but because she genuinely believes that her bad experiences in life or her victimhood justifies the way she treats other people. And I'm very sure that emotionally immature children support Huda because so many people are like, oh, she held herself accountable. Do you people understand what it means to hold yourself accountable? Holding yourself accountable means that I do not have my emotions under control. I constantly go off on people, I insult people, and that is a terrible thing to do. I hope nobody sees me as an example, and I am working on it in this and that way to change that. It's inexcusable. But in case you want to know, or like, I have been wondering why I behave that way, and it's because my parents XYZ. But that is still not a justification. That is holding yourself accountable. Acknowledging that you are behaving in that way by your own choice. You are the one inflicting pain onto others because you choose to do so as a grown person. But that is the background. And even though you have this background, it's not a justification for a terrible behavior. What Huda did was say, oh yeah, what I did was not a good thing, but I was in this situation for the first time, but he did this. But once you apologize or say your behavior was bad and you add a but, that means you're not apologizing or you're not taking accountability. And whatever happened between her and her father is a terrible, terrible thing. I hope she heals from that. I hope she is able to get help. But R. Kelly was allegedly also sexually assaulted by his sister. That does not justify him taking advantage of girls once he grew up, because you can be a victim and abuser at the same time. And you cannot use your victimhood once you turn into an abuser to excuse your abuse.
I do not understand the hate on Olandria. Like, this girl have been trending. I went to Twitter. She's trending on Twitter, almost on all social media. A lot of people are giving her hate, while black women are doing their duty to defend her. But guys, I honestly do not understand the reason why people find it like their duty to create a narrative where narrative is not there. Just create bad narrative to make this girl look bad. The only reason is because, number one, she's the star of this show. She is the star of 2025 Love Island. She's the star. And the second reason is because of that white guy. A lot of people cannot swallow the fact that that white guy is with Olandria. Guys, there's also big discussion about their love and the possibility of them going their separate ways now that they are out of the show. So I try to bring everything together, but I see that this video is getting too long. So I'll bring you guys the second part of this video, where a lot of people are giving their opinion about their love and what they feel. And a lot of people are saying that their love is fake, that Nick is faking it. I don't know, but there's a lot of discussion, and I feel like we should discuss that. But I feel like the main reason why there's this massive discussion is simply because Olandria is a black woman, and some people cannot take it. Like, some people cannot swallow it. They cannot find fault in her. Like, they do not have any thing to hold her on, like calling her ugly or finding anything about her character. People are creating narrative about her, and also people are creating narrative about their love. So I will see you in my next video that will drop like few hours after this, so that I will know your opinion on that too. So follow me, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell to be notified when I drop the second video. But now I want to know your opinion in the comment section about this discussion that we discussed. Do you think that Olandria is actually fake? Olandria is not fake. Everything is being created because a lot of people cannot swallow the fact that she's the star of this show, and also that white guy don't supposed to be with black woman. That is the only reason why they are getting angry.